Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Rob1 Kenobi, and last night history was made at an NXT live event in Lowell, Massachusetts. Samoa Joe became the new NXT champion, defeating Finn Balor in the main event. And when I heard about this, guys, this was crazy. Like I was like, what? Like I just couldn't believe it. So basically, last night, like I said, at a house show, NXT Lowell, in Lowell, Massachusetts, Samoa Joe faced Finn Balor, the man Finn Balor, not the demon Finn Balor, for the NXT Championship. And with one muscle buster off the top rope, Samoa Joe defeated Finn Balor to become the new NXT Champion. When I first found out about it, guys, I was like, what the hell? Like, I couldn't believe this. I didn't expect this. I didn't see this coming at all. But I was really happy for Joe, and I think this is, well-deserved. He deserves to be NXT champion. Nothing against Finn Balor because I love Balor. He's been a hell of an NXT champion. I mean, he surpassed Neville's record as the longest reigning NXT champion at 292 days. So, I definitely want to send kudos and props to Finn Balor. Congratulations on your 292-day reign as NXT champion. You're undoubtedly one hell of an NXT champion. But now, guys, it is the days of the destroyer in Samoa Joe, because that's what Samoa Joe is, practically a destroyer. So with Balor having dropped the title to Joe, a lot of speculation has been going around regarding whether or not Balor will finally debut on the main roster and if he will somehow be involved in a championship match at Payback. Will we finally see the formation of the Balor Club or Bulletproof, whatever the group is going to be called? There's been a lot of speculation, and there have been some of my friends on here who have commented on these speculations, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to save all my speculations and beliefs and whatnot for my WWE Payback predictions video. For this video, I mainly just want to talk about Joe becoming champion and how excited I am for him and the possibilities for him as champion in the future. I was concerned about Joe after NXT TakeOver Dallas when he lost to Balor a second straight time, because I was thinking to myself, well, you built him up so well as a monster heel, and then you have him lose to Balor. So what is the whole purpose? There was some believing that he was going to get that main roster call. He was going to debut the night after WrestleMania on Raw, which he didn't. And for me, I was just like, okay, what do you do now with Samoa Joe? He's lost 2 straight to Finn Balor. You can't really do a third match and then have him beat Balor for the championship, especially if he's going up against the Demon. So when I found out this news that Joe beat Balor for the championship at a live event, at a house show of all places, I was like, I couldn't believe it. But then I was like, you know what? I'm happy for Joe. He deserves it. Nothing against Balor, but this should have happened at NXT TakeOver Dallas. And my friend Zach Brown brought up a good point. Balor was close to breaking the record for longest reigning NXT champion. So they may have had him beat Joe just so he could surpass the record. And then they were going to give the championship to Joe. I'm not sure if that's really the case, because then there was also talk about Balor may have been legit injured and they decided to give, Joe the championship if that was the case. I'm not sure. But what I do know is Joe is the new champion. I'm happy for him. I think he's going to make a great monster heel champion. And now that opens the doors to potential feuds with the likes of Austin Aries, Hideo Itami, Shinsuke Nakamura. Excuse me. I think it's going to be awesome seeing Joe in feuds with those guys. And, of course, those matches are going to just end up being great championship matches. But the question is, where does Balor go from here? Will he get a rematch against Joe at the next NXT live event, NXT special event, which I think is called NXT Revenge? I don't know if it's called NXT TakeOver Revenge, or NXT Revenge. But will Balor get a rematch? Will it be 2 out of 3 falls, or a ladder match, a steel cage match, last man standing, something like that? Or will he arrive at on the main roster at Payback? Who knows? But I'm excited for Joe as champion. I'm interested in seeing if NXT is going to have any footage of this match on Wednesday's episode, There is footage that's available on WWE.com and on WWE's Twitter account. And I believe there was a fan who recorded some of it and uploaded it on YouTube. But yeah, guys, Samoa Joe is the new NXT champion. This is awesome. You know, like I said, nothing against Finn Balor. He made a hell of an NXT champion. 292 days. He held the gold. Congratulations, Finn, on an incredible feat, an incredible achievement in your career. And I know that the best is yet to come for you. Your NXT Championship reign, like I said, was awesome. Looking forward to what you do in the future, whether it's staying on NXT for a few more months or finally arriving on the main roster, whether it's Bulletproof or Balor Club. And Joe, congratulations. This is a well-deserved honor and achievement for you. You know, I wish you would have won the title at NXT TakeOver Dallas because that was such an incredible weekend, you know, WrestleMania weekend. But better late than never. They gave you the championship, and now I'm looking forward to seeing what you do as champion. I'm sure you're going to just kick ass and destroy whoever gets in your way. I'm excited, guys. You know, like Samoa Joe as NXT champion, possibilities are somewhat endless. Him versus Itami, him versus Austin Aries, him versus Shinsuke Nakamura. You know, I would like to have seen him and Apollo Crews feud for the championship, but now that Apollo's on the main roster, we might get it. I don't know. If Apollo decides to come back to NXT after a while and go for the NXT championship and Joe's still champion, who knows? Maybe we'll get to see Joe and Cruz for the championship. Maybe Tommaso Ciampa will be built up as a contender and get to face Joe for the championship, or Gargano will be built up as a contender and face Joe for the championship. There's endless possibilities. You know, the one thing I was going to say was, you know, with Balor, with Corbin, I meant Baron Corbin, and Apollo Crews being called up to the main roster, there weren't many contenders available for Joe. But there's Itami, there's Nakamura, there's Aries, and there's possibly Bobby Roode if Bobby Roode signs with NXT. So the possibilities are somewhat endless, and it's exciting. It's somewhat of a new chapter for NXT with Joe as their champion. I'm just excited. I'm looking forward to seeing what NXT does in the next few weeks, months with Joe as champion. It's going to be very interesting to see what goes down on Wednesday's show, if they show the match in its entirety or just the ending, or Joe comes out and declares himself NXT champion, whatever. This is going to be a lot of fun, guys. So that's my video on Joe becoming the new NXT champion in NXT LOL last night. Leave your comments down below. Of course, like, share, and subscribe. And thank you as always for watching and listening, and I will see you all later.